Alright, hello and welcome back to Bevo's Tech Pack. We've got some stuff to do. Between episodes, I've actually been working on getting some stuff together for Galacticraft, including the creation of these heavy-duty plates, Tier 2, for a new rocket. These things required meteoric iron, which you have to get from the moon, which we can show you how you get them in just a little bit. The only problem is they don't spawn on the moon. You actually have to wait for them to fall and then mine them up. And all said, for this rocket, I needed about, I want to say, 18 of them. So it took a little bit of work. What I decided to do is, while I was waiting for them to spawn, I built a little tiny base there, which, as it turns out, is completely useless. I don't think I have the configs in this set right to have the other mod blocks and stuff be treated as sealable. And as such, I can't actually seal the base, and I really didn't want to use a little bubble distributor thing. Let's see. So that'll get me the Tier 2 rocket. And I've just not really put forth a lot of effort to try to fix it. Sure, we'll go with this. I really don't need the storage space on the rocket, but I figure why not. So we'll go ahead and craft this. Now, just for the heck of it, we're actually going to go ahead and launch from the moon. We're not going to launch from here. I figured why not. It'll give me a chance to actually go show you what the stuff looks like. We're going to go to moon. Anyway, with this rocket, we'll actually be able to go to Mars. And that's pretty nice for me. Let's turn this off. The main reason I am going through this entire thing is I want to be able to get some of the higher tier Galacticraft stuff. I don't necessarily want to explore some of the areas, but I do want some of the stuff just because it looks really nice, including the railways, well, the walkways, and the cryogenic chamber, which I think would probably be a nice fit for that little mob farm I'm working on. Alright, so right now we are on the moon. Let's go ahead and turn on the hover mode. What we are looking for is, if on the ground, it stands out fairly well sometimes. It's either going to be kind of a reddish-orangish looking rock sphere-ish type thing, or it's going to be gray, depending on how long it's been there. And that is meteoric iron. And it's not always there, and as far as I know, it will only spawn next, well, not next to, but near a player. So, oh, right here. This is what I'm talking about. I had to wait for these things to spawn, and when they come in, when they appear, they actually break blocks around them. So that little base I have over there, it's actually just a matter of time until it ends up getting exploded. I'm not sure how it calculates if it breaks blocks. I could probably prevent that if I just use some really damage-resistant materials around it. But I'm not really too worried. I had originally set this up. Let's go ahead and hop back in. I was trying to seal this thing, right? Unfortunately, this area is not sealable. It's too big. And I've not had any luck actually sealing this off. At least I thought I had. I'm thinking that it's just these blocks right here. I don't think they're registered in the Galacticraft config as sealable blocks. And because of that, it sees this as just a really big open area, which is just totally useless. Alright. Let's go ahead and get this stuff set up real quick. So what we're going to do, we need to put down a fuel loader. Fuel goes in that side. Yeah, it doesn't matter. We need to do this launch before it gets too dark and I get swarmed by monsters. It is night for a fairly good period of time on the moon. Alright, we got that. Let us go ahead and put the rocket down. Looks pretty much like the other one, except it's got little boosters on the side. Let's see. We're going to put down power on that side. Go ahead and tell it to output that way. Okay, that is working. Oh, and don't tell me I left my freaking fuel canisters by. I was doing so good. So good. Okay, we're going to go home real quick. One of the things we're going to do as soon as we get to Mars, we are setting up a portal so that we can just portal back. I'd like to try once, not in this particular pack, and I would like to find a pack where it would not be a bad idea, or where it would be at least a somewhat interesting idea to set it up so that your only way to travel between planets or even other dimensions would be rockets. I think that'd be kind of neat. I also think that it would get very tedious very quickly. So I'm not too eager, even though I think it would be pretty fun for a little bit. I keep forgetting about those. I need to get rid of this, and I need to use the redstone method I have on the other stuff. basically what I have like at the mob farm, it's whenever anything touches the portal, it kills the portal. That way it doesn't get left on at all. It's just a matter of taking the portal and it's automatically off. And we're going to moon again. No, look, there's a rocket. Okay, let's go ahead and get a hop on through. Alright. Oh, we got mobs. We got mobs in really bright pants. That's freaking bright. Holy cow. Alright. How do we check the Y? So it's still loading. I think we'll be okay with as much as we have. We'll give it a little bit more time. And we can actually access the inventory and stuff here too, right? Yeah, it's pretty neat. Alright, so as soon as this gets to 100, we're launching. Okay, here we go. Now, I don't actually think you have to go from the moon to get to Mars. I just really wanted to. Figured it'd be a neat way to. Let's actually hide that. It'd be a neat way to show a little bit of a progression going through the Galacticraft stuff. Oh, there we go. You just heard the launch pad break. Oh, and that got loud. And we've already disappeared into the black. Even though we're not actually launching towards the planet there, it's in our way. This really does look neat. Alright, so what we're going to do, we're going to go to Mars. Like I said, my end goal is to get to asteroids. To do that, I need a tier 3 rocket. So we're nowhere near that yet. We are going to Mars, however. Oop. And then we're just going to tell it launch. Alright, let's see how this goes. Maybe I'll get a Slimeling pet. Alright, now I don't know if I need to hold space on this, but I'm going to do so just in case. Yeah, no, it's got the little balls. Well, the bouncy things. Why is that still showing? Okay. We made it. Hey, let me out of there. Alright. And then we got our fuel and our rocket. Unfortunately, we have no way to load the rocket full of fuel again, so we're just going to leave that there. Entity.galacticraftmars.landingballoons.name. They might want to work on that. Oh, invalid thermal protection. Okay, so for Mars, I actually need to get some thermal padding, or else I will get hypothermia and freeze to death. That's lovely. Let's just check this out real quick, see if there's anything that stands out as a good spot to get going, or to set up. What are you? What are you? Blue Slimeling egg. Huh. Oh, that's... Okay, that's neat. Can I pick him up? He likes eating doors. No, come back. Come back. I didn't mean to. You're officially my boy, Blue. Scale 0.03%, kill 0, owner mole rat, attack damage a quarter. Alright. Oh yeah, no, we gotta get out of here quickly. This stuff is starting to spawn. Boy, is it spawning. Where do we want to set up? Where? This all looks like pretty close to the similar stuff, unfortunately. Yeah, slowness. We have got to get set up. Oh no, I think I might have made a fatal mistake. Oh, I think I did. I did not get a location card set. I just grabbed one. I'm going to die here. I'm going to be stuck here dead. Oh. Well, this is going to slightly help, maybe? Maybe not. Yeah, it's not going to help. What if you could start a fire and make a, stop yourself from freezing to death, because that's I wasn't aware this was the problem. Oh, I feel so bad even recording this. This is not going to end well for me. Oh, so stupid. Because normally what you do is you just go ahead and whack, but I don't have it linked to a bridge. Goodbye. Goodbye, Crow World. Goodbye, armor. Oh, no, I'm officially boned. All of my stuff is now going to keep spawning here, and I'm officially, yeah. Okay, I'm going to say it. I don't like cheating. I don't like using commands if I don't have to, but thanks to the way that this is set up, I'm effectively stuck here unless I do so. So I do not apologize for this. So we are actually going to go ahead and do that. Alright. What I'm going to do, I am going to, oh, look, it's even got the date now. That's actually, I don't remember them displaying the, oh, it's the beacon doing that, never mind. Let's go ahead and open up Journey Map. How do I get the waypoints? Options, actions, waypoints. Remove. Alright. Okay, what we're going to do, I am going to go back to the overworld. I'm going to go take my rocket with me. It's a matter of fact, I have my stuff that would not have been given back to me, right? We are going to break that. Doesn't give me my stuff back. What we're going to do is a /OB inventory restore Mulrat, and we need the right time. You can see all my deaths that it still has on record. We are looking for the one for 2015, which we can actually get to really easy by just typing 2015, hitting that, and enter. That just took away the items I had in my inventory to give me back my stuff. That's fantastic. Oh boy. Alright, so I'm out of my oxygen gear, the thing. I'll tell you what, as a penance for doing something really stupid, I'll just recraft those. I'm not going to spawn those back in. What I am going to do, though, is go back to the overworld with my rocket, and we'll come out here again. I don't have access to a teleport across dimensions, do I? No. Yeah, no. Oh, no. I think I'm boned. Okay, so we made it back. I've got some of my stuff back. What I need to make, and what I didn't make before, is thermal cloth, and I need about enough of this to make what would be the equivalent of a full set of leather armor. So it's going to be a few pieces. So we're going to need 4 for the boots, we're going to need 8 for a chest piece, 7 for pants, and then 5 for a hat. Alright, we just clear that out. And we just crafted just as you would regular armor stuff, so it's fairly easy. This equips on the... That's not the shirt, that's the pants. This is the shirt. There we go. It equips on the same page that we have the stuff for the rest of the Galacticraft stuff, which I have replaced. Bon de bon. Right here, fully charged up, so that's all good. And just goes right here. And this stuff, I don't know if it actually shows up on your character. It does, okay. Let's check that out. Oh, I don't think I like the color changing, but it does. It's a little much. Let me rephrase that. That's annoying. I don't like that at all. Alright, anyway. That will let us actually get to Mars and not freeze to death, and we also need that for the asteroids and stuff. The last time I had been to Mars, you didn't need thermal padding, so that was a rude shock. What we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and link that card we did. Okay, good. We still have some fuel left. We're just going to go ahead and get my butt back to Mars and get that portal working, I think. Hey, we're back and we're bouncing. Oh, that is a ton of mobs. I have gone fairly well without a magnum torch. I think I might need to invest in some magnum torches. Alright, let's get out of here. Okay, we have thermal padding. We are not going to freeze to death. So that's good. Let's get hover mode on. So this is already set. So what we're going to do, we're going to swoop down here. Oh, freaking spiders. Oh, freaking creepers. Okay. Okay. We're going to come along this way. We're going to fly over here to our heart's content. See how long it takes stuff to despawn. Figure if we can get stuff to despawn, maybe we'll be able to actually, you know, come back and there won't be anything there. Oh, freaking get down. Alright. Unique identifier. See, this is Mars. We'll say a horse. I'm already using a horse. Why am I already using a horse? How about a rocket? Thank you for the help, Blue. I really appreciate it. You sure showed that zombie. Stupid frickin' slime. Alright, we want to go manual entry. We want to go home, which is the cake. Home. You cannot dial to a portal that is already active. Are you kidding me? You kidding me? Okay, what's the Twilight Forest? Cow, I don't believe this. Twilight Forest, Twilight Forest. You know what? Let's find out what the horse he is. Save unnamed portal. Is the horse? Yeah, okay, the horse is the Twilight Forest. So that works out good. We can go ahead and terminate this. I can't get back to the overworld from here because that portal is still active, but what I can do is we can go through the portal in my house and visit the little not village that I totally forgot about. One day you'll get fleshed out. Where do we want to go? This way is north? Yeah. Today's not going so great. I think what we're going to do, I'm just going to go ahead and get back to the overworld. And there's something else that I want to take a look at, though I'm not sure if it's actually going to work the way I want. So, you know what? No, let's leave it a surprise. If this all goes well, you'll be seeing something new today, hopefully. Maybe. You don't have to say it. I know what you're thinking. This is not new. We've seen blood magic before, and we've seen Steve's Factory Manager before, and while yes, that's true, I have been using, last episode we did something with Steve's Factory Manager, and back in the Twilight Forest I did touch blood magic. I really didn't go anywhere with it after I about killed my server with the onslaught of chickens. That day that day still haunts me. Just the clucking and then the eggs and the feathers everywhere. The good news is, though, I'm putting that behind me. And we are actually going to go ahead and try to get on further with blood magic. The main reason that I would like to do this is that currently for Botania and for the stuff I have on the floor above me, actually, it's powered by lava. And that's good right now. I have pumps in the nether. I'm moving around and stuff, pumping up as much as I need. The problem is I'm tearing through it really quickly. And I'm getting tired of having to find new spots in the nether. It's not practical. I don't have Mistcraft, so I don't have access to, say, a lava age, which would be really, really easy. And that pretty much leaves me my only other option is to use a ton of power to use a lava fabricator from Mine Factory Reloaded, which it is an option if I had better coils in my turbine. At the moment, I don't, and I really don't want to use that much power to generate lava. It's quite a bit. Most of what I am generating right now is actually being eaten up by my laser drills. The other option for lava fabrication is going to be blood magic. It's a fairly decent option. It works well. The only problem is I need to get up in tiers, and I need to be able to get at least a Well of Suffering set up, or some other equally good way of generating life points, life essence, or whatever you want to call it. I usually call it blood. It's not blood. It looks like blood, but it's not. So what I've been doing here is I have a little tier 2 altar set up, so this is already on par with what I had in the Twilight Forest. I have been using Steve's Factory Manager here. What this thing is doing, it's automating the production of the tier 1 slates. So whenever this altar, let's go ahead and give it a right click. Whenever this altar right here has 1,000 LP in it, which takes that 5 right there, it will go ahead, put in a thing of stone, and when that's done, that'll turn into a slate and it gets pulled out. And the reason I have it set up this way is so I don't waste any actual LP. It works for the lower tier stuff. For some of the higher tier stuff, you'll actually have to put it in at a lower value and continue adding LP to it. But for now it works, and I make sure I don't waste anything by getting ahead of myself, which I do tend to do. The only downside to blood magic is while we're doing all this stuff, it is taking hit points away. So that's something to take into account. There's a few ways you can take care of this. You can get health potions, which work, but they're expensive and they take a while to make. You could get something like the Fallen Canade from Botania, which does work. It gives you like regen 4, but it gives you a really severe hunger effect, which is, it's not that hard if you have something like a Hunger Overhaul, because then you can get the really filling foods. But for what I have here, it's not such a great option. Or you could get around, say, the lower tiers of regeneration. They still give you hunger thanks to blood magic, but it's not nearly as severe. So like regeneration potions, they'd be pretty good. Regeneration 2 would be better, but they're kind of a little bit more expensive in comparison. Rather than go to the route of making either regen potions using blood magic or the actual ones from Botania, I took another option from Botania, and what I made is a regeneration pendant. This thing right here. This is a Tainted Blood pendant, which gives me regen 2 while it's equipped. And now to do this, it does consume mana, so that's why I have these mana tablets right here. Also, I have a ton of glowstone for something that should be obvious in a few seconds. And when I go ahead and I equip this, it will give me regeneration 2 and hunger, which means that I can't just like sit here AFK if I had a feathered knife ritual thing going on to automatically suck my blood, because I would eventually starve to death. The good news is, though, I figured out a way around this, and it's a really easy way. You can probably already guess from my hotbar here. This is the Healing Axe from Extra Utilities. Whenever you have this thing equipped, it actually refills your hunger. You see where this is going? So I use Botania to regenerate my health so I can sacrifice it. The regeneration effect will keep me from taking too long to do this. The unfortunate part is it makes me hungry, and my hunger is going to start to deplete, and then I'll slow down my natural health regeneration, which is bad. So I just need the axe, and while I hold this, my hunger is going to back up. So it's a pretty good wash. You can barely see it in the background right now, but it is going up. So it looks like right now this axe is enough to keep pace with the hunger that you get from regen 2, so it's like a perfect match for me. And this thing is working like a champ. What I would like to do, at least today, I want to get this to probably a tier 3 altar. I mean, I'm fairly close. I think I need to get, it's going to go out and then down, so the next layer is actually going to be below the wood and then sticking out. And I think I need glass for that. Tell you what, for now, what we're going to do, let's go ahead and see what we can do with some self-sacrifice runes. There we go. Alright, so we need some stone, some of the reinforced slates, and glowstone, and the orb. We have enough to make 2. Get off there. I think one of the things I need to do is create a redstone control for the factory manager so that I can turn it off. Alright, so we have 2 of these guys. Now these have to go on the cardinal directions for a tier 2 altar. You can't put them right here. These don't get red until at least a tier 3. Hey, I thought you put you on my hotbar. Oh, look at that hunger drop. Also, what I need to make sure is that I don't wear this pendant when I don't need it, because it will continue to drain mana even if I'm not actually gaining any health. Oh yeah, that's a lot better than what I was getting before. Well, it's moderately better than what I was getting before. Pretty much though, my next goal is just to create a ton of runes, even if they're basic runes at this point. I kind of wish you could upgrade the basic ones. Let's go ahead and check this out. Blood rune. Because the only stuff you can use is for you can make facades, you can turn them into the speed runes, spell tables, which I've never actually used. Those might be interesting, and that's it. So I kind of wish that I could turn like the blood runes into the self-sacrifice. Use them as like a base component for a either cheaper recipe or just something to recoup a loss. Stop that. Alright, so we want to go ahead and make these guys. Okay, so stone across the top, slate on the sides, and orb in the center. And we are just going to go ahead and actually make up as many of these as we can, because I think I'm going to need them all. So right now this is 3, I think the next layer is 5, or is it 7? It's either 5 or 7, I honestly don't remember. And it's going to be, we're going to move these guys. I think it might be 5. Because it is down and out 1. Which means for sure we are going to be putting, get over here, we're going to be putting some right here. For sure. And down here, for sure. I could also circumvent this entire thing of guessing by looking it up online, but I can't be bothered right now. I believe that they are working on some sort of in-game documentation for blood magic, which would definitely make something like this a little bit easier, especially for me. But I mean, otherwise, it's not really that hard. And I think it's 5. Yeah, I think it's 5, and then it's a pillar either topped by, I don't remember if it's glass or glowstone. I think it's glowstone. And then after that, it is the blood blocks from the tier 4 stuff, the bound blade and all that jazz. We'll find out. What we can do is we can go ahead and use the... Is it 3? Is it 2? I think it's 2. You know, no, it's not. I think it's 3. This is going to be the episode of me making a fool of myself. I am great at making those episodes. Alright. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, so we got that stuff up, which may or may not be right. And what I need is I need to get, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I need 5 more of those runes. So what we're going to do is go get some more stone. Can't believe we ran out of stone. So as it turned out, it was actually 3 blocks up. It was 2 blocks and then the glowstone. The good news, though, is I've put a bit of effort into this so far, and we have a fully functioning tier 3 altar. Let's give it a whack right there, tier 3. All with runes of self-sacrifice, which means that whenever I come over here to this nice empty altar, give it a right click with my knife, it is going to put in 760 LP instead of the 200 it would do normally, so that's pretty good. It also means I really don't probably need as much regen as I have right now on this pendant, which it does chew through mana if I leave it on. But I mean, this is pretty good. I can easily fill this up about right there, maybe. Yeah, and right now what it's doing actually is just auto-producing the slates I need for the blood runes. Well, the self-sacrifice, excuse me. So this is working pretty good. There's a few things more that I want to do, but what I'm thinking we're going to take care of right now, we're going to make my next blood orb and then call it a day. I can't really leave this set up inside of the house here. I mean, there's not enough room on this floor. I could kind of make it like off-centered over here, but even if I get the altar set up over here, I'm not going to have room to have the rituals and stuff, and there's a lot of support stuff to do this, and I'm just not going to have the room. Nor am I going to have space for holes in the ceiling for wither kills for the beacons. Though I don't suppose they need to be active, I think I would rather have the regen effect than not. Alright, what we are going to do, though, we're just going to go ahead and disconnect the main trigger here. And we're going to fill this thing all the way up with blood as best we can. You get out, glowstone. When I was first setting this up, I accidentally made some imbued slates. I don't need it at the moment, but we'll save them for later. Alright, so let's just go ahead and get clicky. You get out of there. Alright, so that's completely full. This will take 25 buckets, and we have 10 in there, so we got a little bit to go. We are going to put on the pendant for this purpose, because I am low in health. Alright, and this is probably going to drain fairly quickly, so what I'm going to need to do is spam that like crazy and make sure I don't take myself all the way down to 0. That would be bad. Okay, let's actually look to the side here a little bit so that we accidentally don't take that out. We're doing good so far, though. It's luckily, even though this is draining a pretty good amount at a time, we're putting in a good hefty chunk of LP with each click. And with any luck, we should get a Magician's Orb here in a second. Unfortunately, there's no real way for me to check to see what it's doing with the current mons that we have in this pack. I think there's an add-on for Blood Magic and Whale. What is it? I think it's We're Looking at Blood, or We Are Looking at Blood. Oh, spot on. There we go. Alright, let's go ahead and link it to us. And for now, let's go ahead and just fill that thing up. Because right now we really don't have that much blood stored in our LP network. So that's good. Once we have that, we can actually move towards making some of the more important stuff. Well, I'm not sure if important is the right word to use, but definitely useful stuff. Because for, like, say, the bound blades, we need the ritual stones. Specifically the Master Ritual Stone, which requires the dun-dun-dun. The lowest one it will take is the Magician's, which is the one we just made. So that's good. And we're going to need a ton of ritual stones and stuff, which means we need more reinforced slates. So I can't really disable this thing yet. We're going to need plenty more. Oh, let's take off the bauble for now. There we go. Anyway, I want to go ahead and thank you for watching this episode of Bevo's Tech Pack, even if a good portion of it was me dying like a fool on Mars. It is kind of neat to see, once you get this stuff going for blood magic, this is not really too terribly hard. I could probably set up a fairly decent farm using the feathered knife ritual and just having this axe right here. But, you know, I think you get more. I think it would probably be more profitable for me to have something that could run when I'm not on, and for that I would need to farm mobs, which I can do. I'd probably want to do something a little different though. The last time I had a farm like this was back in my 164 world for Shadowcraft. And basically I just had a Well of Suffering right below the altar and I had Cursed Earth. And it worked, but I'd like to do something different than that. If I don't do a self-sacrifice, I might do both. But I mean, it's I'd like to try something new. Or at least that I've not done, rather. Anyway, thanks for watching. If you have any questions or comments, please leave a message in the comment section below. And as always, have a good day. Oh yeah, and if you go to Mars, make sure you have thermal padding on. And a way home. The way home is important too.